This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is July 12, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through the 3-inch ABS plastic cleanout in the cabinet right in the parking area. There's a door, and this is our driveway area. We are located at 2304 Lake View Avenue, Silver Lake, California. And we're going to insert our camera into the 3-inch ABS plastic cleanout. This is post hydrojetting. We just got done hydrojetting. So we're going to insert our camera. We're going to zero out real quick. Okay, we're zeroed out. Begin running our camera. We had some roots at the cleanout in the back. We're going to continue running out. And making a drop. Then we have a short piece of cast iron we had some roots at as well, right at the footing area, and we were able to clear those roots out. Coming upon the cast iron right now. So we had quite a bit of roots in this area. I believe we have a little bit of root intrusion, just some remnants down toward the bottom of it. And we can't get all the roots out. We don't want to blast it too hard. It's in the joint right there, but there was a lot of roots, and we blasted that out of there as much as we can. A chemical called Root X can be used, ROOTX, to burn those fine roots back to the joint. And now we're coming upon our clean out. A little offset in the joint right here. See where it's holding back a little bit of water there and kind of dammed up. It's offset right there a little bit. We're going to push in some more. And we had some roots here. There's a large offset. You can see almost the whole band in this area. There was a lot of roots in this area. And this is our clean out. We're going to push in just a little bit more, and then we're going to begin pulling back. We're going to push into the next joint. And that's it. Those are some loose roots right there from the hydrojetting. So we're going to begin pulling back now. We're going to relocate our camera equipment. We're going to relocate our camera equipment to the lower clean out in the patio area that was underneath the table in the back. Right now we're in fair and maintainable condition to a point. Those joints should be fixed. They should be repaired. We'll have to continue to maintain this. Probably twice a year they would have to run Root X through the line to keep this line open until that area is repaired. So we're gonna pause for a moment and move our camera equipment. Okay, we've relocated our camera equipment to the back patio area. We're in the backyard. And we have a clean out box with a green lid in the back. And we're going to zero out our camera monitor one more time. We're going to insert our camera into the clean out. Begin pushing out toward the hillside. We have an easement out there, and the city sewer is in between the telephone poles. We're going to continue to push out. We had quite a bit of roots in a couple joints, and we were able to clear them out. We have ABS plastic piping, then we transition to vitreous clay. We have just some small remnants of roots where we did cut them out. We're making a drop. Huh?
That's the other.
Yeah, we have these. This is the area where we had the root intrusion in this joint. It's in the drop, and this area needs to be repaired. And now we're dropping down toward the vitreous clay. The majority of the ABS plastic sewer piping appeared to be in fair and maintainable condition. We just had a couple of joints that were bad. The one connection, we'll have to check this on the last one. I believe we had a little bit of root intrusion in this joint. We're going to push through here. That's at about 83 feet. We'll check that on the last video and see exactly where we had our root intrusion at. It's kind of hard to tell once it's been cleaned a little bit. Making a turn. Dropping down some more. We had some root intrusion in that joint. You see where it's sticking up through the side. We got the majority of it, but we don't want to blast it and end up breaking the piping. So we've got a pretty steep drop here. Heading down. I believe we may have a liner in this section of piping, possibly. We'll take a look. We're going to go in very slowly. We had root intrusion here at that joint. We're going to go in very slowly and take a look. We're going to keep running in. It does appear that it may be a liner. Might be a CIPP cured in place piping liner. Dropping down now into ABS plastic, we transition, make our turn. Could be another section of liner possibly from what we can see. Just the color of the piping. And then we have ABS plastic. Making another turn. And now we have a plastic, ABS plastic to vitreous clay joint. And this is, we have a large offset right here. And we had a lot of root intrusion right here. We're going to try and jump over this area, and we're not far from the city sewer. Okay, we've jumped over that area. Now we're pushing down. We're in the vitreous clay lateral. Looks like we might have a little bit of a crack before that joint in the piping. We're going to continue to push down. And that's our city sewer saddle area, and that's the drop to the city sewer. We're going to push in just a little bit. You can see that's the city sewer right there. So now we're going to pull back just a little bit. We're going to pause for a moment and try and locate this area. Come on back a little bit more. Let's see this joint. A little bit of an offset right there at the saddle area as well. We're going to pause and locate this area. Okay, we've located the saddle area at approximately 7 foot 2 inches deep and about 20 feet of the hillside is really wet. So the line is leaking. There's an issue within the line. That's the saddle area. We had some root intrusion in the saddle area. A little separation and offset here in the next joint. Pulling back up. And then we transition right here. We got a major offset right here at the ABS plastic to vitreous clay transition. You can see the entire face of the pipe. We're actually hitting it. We're hitting the face of the piping as we're going down the hillside. We're going to pause right there for a moment. Okay, we just went over everything with the seller's realtor, Leah, and we're going to begin pulling back now. We are at about approximately 10 feet 2 inches deep. I may have said 7 inches 2 foot, 7 feet 2 inches deep, but I couldn't hear the other plumber that was down the hillside, and he was actually yelling up to me 10 feet 2 inches deep. So we're going to begin pulling back. As I said, the saddle appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. A little bit of an offset separation there, but not terrible. Still appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. The lateral, the vitreous clay, appears to be in pretty good condition. Right here, the transition from the ABS plastic to the vitreous clay has a very, very large offset. And you can see the entire face of the pipe. Makes it very difficult to get over. We have to kind of try and jump over it. And we had a very large root intrusion right here. And we had water coming out of the joint as we were hydrojetting, and it was wet before that even. Just with it being stopped up, you had water coming out of the sewer line. So it is leaking. It's not holding water properly. We're going to pull back. We also had another joint in the ABS plastic, back up further. This white that may look like a liner, that we thought may be a liner, that may just be stained and coated because the line was holding water. Making a turn. We had some root intrusion here. A little bit of root intrusion in there. And I don't recall if we had a bad spot in this area. I don't think that we did. We might have had one right here. There's a little bit of root remnants there. They're not just laying in the pipe. We got most of it. We may have a bad joint right there. We'll look at the other video too as far as the footage and look at the drop. I believe we had roots right there. After you clear them with the hydrojetter, it's kind of hard to tell a little bit. And we have some staining on the piping here. And this is from the line holding water. Thought for a while it might be a liner, but it's not. It's just stained. We're going to continue pulling back up. So the line would hold water all the way back to that point after somebody showered. We had root intrusion here. We still have a fairly large root right off to the left sticking through the pipe. So that joint is breached right there and needs to be repaired. Continue pulling back. The majority of the line appeared to be in pretty fair condition. It may not have been backfilled properly when there was a repair made down there, because we can see piping laying right next to the area. There's old ABS plastic piping with holes in it laying next to the area, and we believe that it may not have been backfilled properly. We'll take a look at this area as well, 82 feet on the camera monitor. I don't know if we had any root intrusions there. That looks like a slight turn. We do have several turns in the line going down the hillside. Joint appears to be in fair and maintainable condition at this time. That joint was not pushed in nice and tight. You got quite a bit of the coupling. You've got probably 1.5 inches to 2 inches of the coupling showing. So that's not a really well seated joint. That may cause a problem. I don't know that it is right now, but it can in the future. Making a turn here. Joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. Looks like minor root intrusion in that joint. Again, it might be a bad coupling, a bad seating in the joint. Some of these small areas may be able to be maintained with Root X, R-O-O-T-X, but a lot of the other areas need to be repaired. They're just shifted way too far. We got water coming out of the hillside down below and staying saturated, which is not good. It can end up degrading the hillside, which is not a good situation. We're dragging a little bit of the loose roots right there. Cut out quite a bit of roots. It was stopped up about 100%. The joint there appears to be in fair and maintainable condition. Coming back to our clean out, up and out of our clean out. We had a lot of roots right by the mainline sewer clean out out here in the patio area, which we cleared from the other clean out. The other 3-inch ABS plastic clean out that is in the closet at the front of the property by the parking area. Now we'll conclude our video sewer inspection.